Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Chuck. Now for this video, I will be reacting to Drake, Ghost, and Kanye. This is my first time watching this. This Drake and Kanye beef is going crazy. I don't know what's going on. They probably had this planned out. They probably didn't have this planned out, but they just beefing with each other. But that first album, whoever drop it first, it's gonna go crazy. I'm telling y'all. That first sale week is gonna be wild. It's gonna be probably 500K, 600K, 700K first week for either Kanye or Drake if they just keep up with this beef. But anyways, y'all, make sure to do subscribe, turn on notifications, like up this video, follow all my social medias. That's at the top of the screen. Let's get into this video, y'all.
What's poppin', y'all? It looks like we got another new development in Drake versus Kanye West beef. I'm gonna play you guys the clip very soon, but it's from a reliable source. I trust this source. He wouldn't come on here. I know him well enough to say that he wouldn't come on the internet and just spew something that he didn't get from what he believes to be a reliable source. But it appears that Drake and Kanye attempted to squash the beef, and this sort of throws a slight wrench into the interpretation I had yesterday when talking about Drake and Kanye, because it seems like Kanye was down to meet up with Drake and squash things, but Drake
It's crazy. They was finna meet up. Comment how y'all feel about this Drake and Kanye beef.
didn't feel the same way, or he was just playing another type of game with Kanye, and this is exactly what happened. I'm gonna play the clip for you guys right now, then we'll talk about it after.
Here's the info that I was told, right? And again, before I say this, I don't usually talk about things like this too much, just because, like, you know, I don't know. I never want to say anything that will like make something worse, you know. Basically, from what I was told from a really reliable source, right? Is he was saying that basically like 2 months ago, Kanye and Travis Scott were in the studio, right? I think this was around the time when you saw them in like all the masks and. Oh, whoa, someone already donated. Sicko Cam. Thank you so much for the $7, man. It means the world. I just realized he said KTO for life. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, so as I was saying, sorry to interrupt. Kanye and Travis were in the studio, and this was in like LA like 2 months ago. And yeah, I think someone just said, yeah, he was with Future and Travis. I don't know, could be around that time. And no, someone said this must be from Casey. It's not from Casey. Casey's my homie, but I actually haven't talked to him for like 2 weeks or so. But so yeah, Kanye and Travis, right? My bad. They were in the studio in LA, and Drake was actually coming to the studio because, you know, he's boys with Travis Scott. He was coming to the studio to squash the beef with Kanye, right? I bet, you know, they all had like the talk, and you know how Drake and Travis are boys. Like, I'm sure that they all want to squash it, right? So Drake came to squash the beef with Kanye at the studio, right? And then what happened is he stood up Kanye 3 days in a row, right? So I guess after he didn't come the first day, Kanye was trying to get him to come again. Yo, thank you so much for the $2, man. Screen gang, okay, I appreciate it a lot. So yeah, he was coming to squash the beef 3 days in a row. He stood him up, and then Kanye actually was texting him asking like, when are you gonna drop your album? This is what I was told, by the way. He was asking him, when are you gonna drop your album?
Dang, Kanye, he trying to get all the information from Drake. Kanye, he trying to drop that album the same day as Drake so they could compare the sales versus sales first week. I told y'all about that about my last video. If y'all haven't watched my last video, I will put it in the description so you can watch it for yourself, or I will put it up at the end of this video so you can just click the link and watch the recent video about their beef. I don't know how long this beef gonna be going for, but it's interesting and it's entertaining, no cap.
And from that moment on, like, Drake just never responded, and you know, it kind of makes sense to me why Drake wouldn't respond, is because, like, is that not exactly what happened in 2018 when, like, you know, I think he was working on, Drake was like helping with Ye, and then
Oh, I remember this.
you know, because of that, like, the whole baby thing got, you know, put out there. So it's like, it's just kind of like a repeat of that. That's what I'm guessing Drake thinks, right? But yeah, ever since then,
That's so random for Kanye to ask when you dropping your album after Drake ghosted him 3 days straight and Kanye trying to get the information from him. Like, why would Drake even respond to that if he ghosted you 3 times? Come on, Kanye.
you know, Kanye saw that Drake dropped those bars on the Trippie Red song, which, by the way, like, that usually Drake sneak disses, but this was like so obvious and like like out there. So yeah, I think he was just like super pissed at that. And yeah, what my source said was just wait till Kanye drops their voice notes to each other. So that I'm like do I want that to happen? Because like you guys already know Drake has goons. All right, I don't know how much Kanye is involved in like this street or whatever, but the last thing we really want is for them to like actually beef, because like just like internet stuff is like whatever, it's not that harmful, but I don't know, from the looks of it and from what I was told, this seems like it's a really serious thing. And
All right, so you guys just heard all of that. And if you haven't checked that dude out, it's Kids Take Over. I'll have the channel and the original video linked in the description. You should check out his stuff. Really cool dude, really good content. He does a lot of interview stuff, and that's also why I trust him, because I can't get the people that he's interviewing. But you guys should definitely check him out, especially if you also like the underground, quote unquote underground wave that's coming up right now. When it comes to this stuff, it's odd to me that Drake would come out there, but apparently he has a crib out in LA, obviously. And I thought they both lived in the Hidden Hills, which is a small area. But Drake comes out and he doesn't want to meet with Kanye is a little bit odd. It seems like the intention was to get them two together. And another weird thing is that Travis Scott is sort of stuck in the middle of this, because if you remember, Travis Scott had Sicko Mode and Drake was apparently dissing Kanye all throughout his verse on Sicko Mode. So I wonder how.
Oh, I did not know that. Comment if you knew that, and like up this video if you knew that. That whole verse of Sycamore Drake was just dissing Kanye. That is crazy.
Travis contacts Kanye about that, or how Kanye feels to Travis about that, because that's a little bit weird. But apparently if Kanye West was willing to squash the beef and then Drake doesn't pull up, I can't really be going in on Kanye like that at that point.
I feel like if you beefing and this rapper versus rapper, they both biggest artists. I think they should squash it. But Drake as a person, I don't think he will, cause he don't need Kanye no more. And yeah, that's how it is.
Because he extended an olive branch, he wanted to make peace, and then Drake said hell nah, and he stood him up 3 times. This is the part where I find it a little bit hard to believe.
3
I don't
times.
think Kanye is gonna be stood up more than once. And then if Kanye gets stood up 3 times, and then Ye hasn't said anything much about Drake since then, for Drake to suddenly come out diss Kanye after he stood him up 3 times or mention him in that trippy song is just, that's what sort of makes the story a little bit hazy or foggy to me. I think Kanye would probably be stood up once and say, all right, screw it, maybe go on something public. But what he's saying is that he told Drake, when are you dropping, so he could do the same thing that he did 2018. Is that when Scorpion dropped? I think so, because if you guys don't remember, Drake apparently was working on Ye with Kanye, and that's where the Lift Yourself thing happened. And Drake wanted Lift Yourself for himself, or Kanye gave him Lift Yourself and he had made a song for it. And then he made the poopity scoop thing, which disrespected Drake, and Drake felt really a type of way about this, justifiably so. And Drake was also supposed to drop Scorpion in June, and that's when Kanye announced that he was dropping good music. It was all June. They were dropping Pusha T's album, Daytona. He was dropping Ye. He was dropping the Tiana Taylor album. He was dropping Kids See Ghosts, just to flood June to sort of choke out Drake. And I think that's what he's trying to do again this time. And apparently if there's voice notes and we get voice notes of Drake and Kanye going back and forth, this is going to be way more entertaining.
I ain't lie, if that actually happened, that would be wild. They voices back and forth, that would be crazy. The internet will blow up for real. Them two just beefing, cause everybody want this to happen. Voice to voice, it will go crazy. The internet will blow up, no cap.
Than I thought. I don't know if it'll actually go to the point where Drake is trying to harm Kanye West. I certainly hope not, because this doesn't seem like that kind of thing.
Hey, Drake do got the goons, like he said. Like that dude said in his stream, he do got the goons. I don't think he's that serious for Drake to do that, to harm Kanye. But hey, the world will never know but Drake.
But I saw an interesting perspective. I believe it was from Needle Drop, Anthony Fantano. I always like to give credit where I see something. It was most likely him, but he said something along the lines of, the only thing that Drake can win against Ye is the numbers game for sure. I said this, I guarantee Drake will win the numbers game. Also, the music, he has a potential to win music if people mess with the album more than they mess with Ye's album. But that's really it, because Drake is really
That's facts, that's facts, that's facts. I respect that.
calculated, and his image has been top tier for him. He needs to make sure his image looks right. Number one, it was the ghostwriting thing. He's tried his best to dodge that. He got that girl knocked up who used to be a harlot and was all over the internet. He cleaned her up. He got her up on social media looking like Michelle Obama, changed her totally up because that's going to look bad on his image if she's posing like Kim Kardashian was posing while with Kanye. But Kanye doesn't have the need or feeling that I need to look this certain way. He's willing to risk everything. I mean, even if Drake was messing with Trump, he wouldn't have gone and chill with him, had the hat on. Kanye's unbeatable from that perspective because the most dangerous person you should be worried about is someone that's got nothing to lose. And Kanye, sure, he has a lot to lose, but he's already done far more to lose it than anyone else, barring something really, really, really immoral or something criminal like that. And that's where Drake, I think, might be worried in this instance. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that.
Make sure to do like, subscribe, and share, and turn on notifications. Follow all my social medias. That's at the top of this video. This original video will be down in the description. We've been going crazy this year, y'all. I appreciate all the support. Liking up the video when I drop it. Just keep doing that with me through this whole year, and we're gonna go crazy. I'm gonna remember everybody that do that and comment. No cap, that's a fact. And I feel like Kanye should never did 2 listening parties. It give Drake an advantage to change up his music and make it even better. To keep going back to the studio and changing up. Because everybody already know how Kanye songs is. Watching parties that he did, and that kind of messed it up for Kanye. I don't know how the sales will be for the first week, but with this beefing of Kanye and Drake, it might still be compared to Drake, but it might be under 400K, and Drake might have 700K. But we will never know until this beef is done and their albums is dropped. But appreciate all the support, y'all, and I'm out, y'all.